Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. The time is always right to do what is right. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Faith is taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. The time is always ripe to do right. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. I look to a day when people will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. If you lose hope, somehow you lose the vitality that keeps life moving. You lose that courage to be, that quality that helps you go on in spite of it all. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. The time has come for us to civilize ourselves by the total, direct, and immediate abolition of poverty. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fear. Courage is the power of the mind to overcome fear. If a man hasn't discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. The art of acceptance is the art of making someone who has just done you a small favor wish that he might have done you a greater one. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. I refuse to accept the view that mankind is so tragically bound to the starless midnight of racism and war that the bright daybreak of peace and brotherhood can never become a reality. The time is always right to do what is right. Man must evolve for all human conflict, a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. We must develop and maintain the capacity to forgive. He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. The moral arc of the universe bends at the elbow of justice. The quality, not the longevity of one's life, is what is important. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle, the tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. The old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. We must use time creatively in the knowledge that the time is always ripe to do right. Let no man pull you low enough to hate him.